Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to set up sublimation socks on the Printify app that you can sell in your Etsy store. Sublimation socks are a very popular item. A lot of people like to have socks with their pets on it, so that's what I'm going to go with today. So if you're in Printify and you're logged into your account and you have your store all set up, just go into catalog. Under accessories you find socks, so you click on that, and there's several different versions of sublimation socks that you can go with. So we want the all over print, so we click on that all over print, and these are the best seller. They're $10.62 Canadian is shown here because I'm in Canada. Not quite sure what that translates to in American. So let's see. So if we click on sublimation socks, tells us a bit about the socks. 95% polyester, 5% spandex, 3 different sizes, rib tube, cushion bottoms, printed with flat sublimation method. Color discrepancy can be seen on side seams. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I haven't sold any of these, so I will be setting this up and hopefully I'll be able to sell some. So the way I'm going to set this up, I'm going to set it up on Etsy so that the customer can send me a photo of their pet. And then I'll create a seamless image of their pet, and that will be applied to the socks. So when they get them, they will have socks with their pet all over. So let's go start design. Okay, design guidelines. Check and adjust the print area for each size. The placement of your design may shift during the printing process on the size of your product. Please check each size to make sure your design is properly adjusted. Double check the bleed area of the design. Make sure your design covers the entire print area. That includes the bleed area marked in gray. Otherwise, the sides of your product might be left blank. Important design elements should remain within the safe area marked with a dashed line, as they may be cut off if left outside. Okay. So we need to get a file. It tells you here the specifications of your file. You need a JPEG, a PNG, or an SVG. Maximum of 100 megabytes, JPEG or PNG, or 20 megabytes SVG. The print area size is 1348 by 5657 pixels at DPI, 300 DPI, sorry. So I'm just going to make a note of that, and then I'm going to go into my Photoshop and set up the template for that. 1348 by 5657. Okay, I'm going into Photoshop. I don't know what's open here. Okay, so I'm going to go create a new file. So, we don't want inches, we want pixels. We're in Photoshop. We want it 1348 wide by 5657 pixels high. So that's at 300 DPI. So we hit create. So before I get started with this, I got to fill in this entire area, then I got to save it, and then I got to upload it to the product. What I'm going to do, I have an image of a cat here. This is not a customer submitted image. This is an image I created in Leonardo AI. I'm just going to hit Control T, and that's going to allow me to resize this image. So I'm going to center up this image. So this image is centered now. So what I need to do to make this a seamless pattern is I have to do a couple offsets on this. So before I do that, I'm going to create a new layer. I'm just going to duplicate this layer. Say OK. I'm going to turn the visibility off on the bottom layer, and I'm going to make sure I got the top layer selected. So while I have that selected, I need to go into Filter, Other, Offset. So what this does, it splits your image, and ideally you want it split directly in the center, horizontally and vertically. So half of 1348 is, let me do some math here, 674 horizontally say I'm right. Oh, I'm using the dimensions of the template. Let's get the dimensions of this image. This is image size pixels 768 by 768. So half of that, 2 into 768 is 384. So that's what we want to do the offset by. And it's a square image, so that'll be the same for both the offset for horizontal as well as the vertical. So filter, other, offset, 384, 384. So now I've got the picture of the cat on either corner, so that when you tile this image now, it'll come out as a seamless pattern. So I'm just going to say OK to that. Now I'm going to make the visibility turned on the bottom layer. And I'm also going to create a new layer, which is going to be our background color. Control Shift N. And I'm going to choose, I don't know if black will work, let's try that. It's going to cover it all over, so you need to drag that down under. Well, that looks kind of cute. I think I like to go with the pink color though. So let's get our eyedropper tool and we'll choose this pink color out of the cat's ears. Okay, so now we got pink selected for our foreground color. We'll click our background layer again. We'll get our paint bucket tool and we'll fill that in pink. Okay, so this is going to be our tiled image for our template. So what I need to do now is I need to save this as a pattern file. So to do that, I go up under Edit, Define Pattern. Doesn't matter what the name is, because if you're creating a new image every time a customer places an order, it's going to be different pattern. So we'll just leave it as is and say OK. So now that we got our pattern file created, we'll go back to our template file. So this is our template. So this is right now shown as a background layer. We'll turn that off. And now we're going to double click on it and go into layer styles. So you double click on the layer and it pops up the layer styles box. We want to choose pattern overlay. So I got a ton of pattern overlays that I have created over time. This is the one we want. Now this is our little tiled image of our little kitty here. So we'll say, let's see, do we want it bigger or smaller? Let's make it a little bit smaller so that there's more iterations of the cat that will be on the socks. Okay, we'll say OK to that. Now that's only showing at 12.5% of the actual size. So let's zoom in a little bit, so just so you can see the detail. Control plus. So it saves all the details. It's pretty detailed. This is the 100% view. So this is very close to the level of detail that you see on the socks when they're printed. So we're going to zoom back out. Okay, so now we're going to save this. Save as. And if you were doing this as a constant thing on your Etsy store, you probably have a specific folder where you save all this stuff. I'm just going to save it to the desktop and I'm going to call it PNG. We're going to call it Kitty Socks. Okay, save. One thing we know about pet owners is that there's no bounds to the amount of money that they'll spend on anything to do with their pets. So let's go back into our Printify. Now, front leg, right leg, back leg, left leg. Okay. So we'll go front left leg first, because you can do these with variations on different parts of the sock if you like. Okay, so my device, we're going to upload that file that we just created now. And that's on my desktop, and I called it, I think, Kitty Socks. Okay. We'll just wait for that to upload. Okay, so that's what you're going to see. So it uploads it. It does have the bleed area here, and that's for if it gets shifted or whatnot. Okay, so for our front leg, we're going to do the same. Add design. My library, that's already in there, so we're just going to grab that from there. That's done. Back left leg. Add design. Library. Kitty Socks. Back right leg. Add design. My library. Kitty Socks. Okay, so now that that's done, we can go in and have a preview of what these socks are going to look like. It's going to show you on an actual mock-up of the socks once they're printed. So you can see they're a little stretched. That's because they're on, but that's okay. So if you wanted to, you could narrow down the picture of the cat before you tile the image. This is what the socks are going to look like out of the package. Okay, and this is the front, left front and back, and left, right, and back. In our case, they're going to be exactly the same. Okay, so this is what the socks are going to look like. I think they're very, very cute. Okay, we're going to save this product. We have our store set up for manual. So that what that means is that when a customer places an order, they'll email you a copy of the picture of their pet. You'll do your little bit of Photoshop magic with it and make the seamless tile, and then you will send it to production. It doesn't automatically send it to production because it's a customized product. You need to get the input from the client first. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to just publish this to my Etsy store. Okay, now we'll go to my Etsy store listings. My Etsy store is called the Bag Lady's Closet. It hasn't uploaded yet. We'll just go refresh here. No, we're still waiting. Let's see. Refresh again. Okay, here's our socks. Okay, so we're going to go in here. We're going to go edit. We're going to change the title on this. We're going to call it Customized Pet Photo Socks. I'm going to be selling these for $25 Canadian. That'll work out to less than $20 American. I'm only selling to the United States. Okay, we're just going to scroll down here and we're going to look through the different areas. Personalization, you need to add personalization. Let's see. For personalization, you want to leave the instructions for the person that's purchasing. And in this case, it's going to be, please email a copy of the photo you would like to have on your sock. We will create a pattern, and your socks will be on their way. Okay, so I'm going to leave the email address here as well. Ireland Design Factory @gmail.com. That's where they need to send the pattern. Send the picture and we'll make the pattern. Okay, so personalization is not optional, obviously, because they need to have a picture. So the price is not going to be $12.82 because you have to take into account your cost. Let's see, let's go back into Printify and see what the cost of these socks are. Sublimation socks, shipping, the cost is $7.69 US, so that's well over $10 Canadian. Let's see. Return and exchange policy, no exchanges or returns is going to be customized. Now, of course, if they get something have more details about the shipping costs smudged or a bad print job or something that is not suitable, they can let us know and we can contact the seller. In most cases, they'll just ship. Click on more details here and it'll tell you what shipping costs are. If a shipment to Canada is going to cost $12.13 Canadian. You can set up shop sections in your Etsy store. Within the United States, $6.61. Up to 20. So I got to get this organized. Because, we'll add that to our price. Sorting it by mugs. $6.61, and the price of the bags, 3-piece sets, tumblers, whatnot. but I think I'd prefer to do it under subject matter. So I have one set up here for darts. So $6.61. I'd like to set up one for. That's a little better than $17. Say $17.50 Canadian. Items like soccer. We want to have whatever I choose to do. Designs at least $5 profit on this because I would like to have more than $5 profit. I'm going to sell these for 25 Canadian. Oh, renewal options. It's a little time consuming to take the picture and do the artwork. Something that is not a one-off. You want to have it set to automatic. So that'll list it as 999 items. So every time you sell one, it'll relist it. So there's a 20-cent US charge every time you relist. Say $25.99 on top of the other charges for sales. So you just still not making a whole lot off it then. Okay, I got that much done. Screw it, we're gonna go. I just wanted to do that in case something happened that I would lose those changes. So we're gonna go back and go $29.99. Should be a section in here now $29.99 because only people in the United States can purchase this. So whatever $29.99 translates to, we're gonna collect personalization information for this listing, and that's what should be included. So that's not unreasonable. So now you just tell the customer what you need them to put in there. We're just gonna look through the rest of it here. So the pet's name or text on mug is better because they might say I love you, or they might say customized, mommy's boy or daddy's girl or something like that. Maybe they don't want to put the customer's pet's name in there. It's up to them entirely. So let's give it a character limit of say 15. Pet lover. So we type in exactly what we want in here, what we want the customer to see. Please enter. I'll think of some more later on. For delivery, personalization, socks, 1 to 7 information. Let's see. You would. Let's see. Oh, sorry. You want. Let's see how much this is. Your mug. Country of origin, United States. That's the postal code, zip code. Pet's name. Processing time is 1 to 7 days. Other delivery service. Fixed price. We'll change that to 15 fixed price. We don't want it to go to Canada. We'll take that out. Everywhere else, we'll take it out. Fixed price. Make personalization optional for the buyer. Delivery. If you do that, they can submit the order without sending any personalization information. Okay, we're not going to add delivery. That would depend on how you want your mug. $30 to have how you have it set up. I'm pretty sure. This affects one listing. Set up that it wouldn't look any good without any personalization. I would leave that not checked. Delivery. I'm not going to make personalization optional. Okay. So now that you got that in your Etsy, so you see you here, go ahead and publish 99. So available shop section variations. We don't have any variations on this. It's just a plain old mug with the Yorkie picture and the personalization. Okay, material. And we want an automatic renewal. That means when somebody buys this product, it will color is white. Relist itself for 20 cents US. Capacity with 11. It generally comes up as 999 items when you do this. Okay, publish changes, and then very shortly we're good to go. Be able to go into my Etsy shop and we'll be able to see that these socks are published and ready to go. Okay. So let's just when the customer orders this, let's go in and view on Etsy. Customized pet photo socks. Okay. So what you might want to do, we just entered in here now, is now showing up on this listing. Please enter the personalization information you want on your mug, pet's name or other text up to a maximum of 15 characters. You see that's showing $29.75 Canadian dollars. I'm not selling this in Canada. I'm only selling this mug in the US. The reason for that is shipping to Canada is outrageous, and your socks will be underway. It takes quite a while for it to get here. You really can't put anything in here. Really not worth it. So if Canadian buyer goes on and sees this product, they'll see, sorry, this item doesn't deliver to Canada. Contact the shop to find out available delivery options. So if somebody saw it in Canada and wanted to have it, I could just so that's all set up. Let them know now when somebody gets cost, and they can let's say somebody sends you a picture of their dispatches from the United States. Go into okay. So let's say I place this order and I want this to say actually we're going to VECTEEZY. I would add this to basket. I would get the order. It wouldn't get sent straight away to American a month, and Printify. Unlimited access. It would wait for me to upload a custom file. Various videos, vectors,
I could keep this
PNG
file on hand.
files,
I could
any kind of pattern that you want to get,
file and then upload it
any
to
kind of background that you want to get,
and then
any kind of
once it's
element
paid
that you
for,
want to
once
get.
I have it paid for,
find it in here.
it'll go straight
I have
through
it,
and
totally
within
awesome.
7 days the mug
I
will
use
be
it
printed
every day,
and shipped to the
multiple times a
customer.
day.
That's
so
how
what
easy
we're
it
looking
is.
for here is
Let's,
a photo of a dog. So I'm going to choose
see.
photos.
Okay, my product.
And I'm going to say, what kind of dog? Pomeranian.
So everything is saved in Etsy now.
Pomeranian.
The SKU number tells it which product to order.
So let's get some socks done with this little
This is the same number that shows up in our Etsy shop under our product. So when that product is ordered, it knows to send it to Printify. Printify will send you an email, as will Etsy.
Here.
And
customer sends you one similar to this.
Let's
get this one. I'll show you what to do with
personalization information on it.
Okay, let's grab this.
It's a little more labor intensive than just having it go straight through, but personalized products are worth so much more. Anything with a custom name or custom text on it can get you an extra $5 or $6
take out some of this extra stuff here, and we're going to add it to an image.
So that's how you set it up for personalization. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.
So when the customer places the order, you
subscribe to our channel because it really helps us out
and you go edit the image on the order. It doesn't affect the
possibilities in this industry, and
just affects the.
When we learn it, we like to bring it to you and show you how to do it in the simplest possible explanation.
So just double click on that.
So I hope you liked it and have a great day.
And that'll open that up. Oh, is he ever cute? Alright, so we're going to zoom that in a little bit because we got to do some cutting out here. So we're going to go plus. I don't know if he just wants the face on it, or if they send you an email with this picture, let's say, I would ask them if they just want it the face or if they want the whole dog, if they want the gift included. I don't know. Okay, let's move this out again. How am I going to do this? I'm going to add a mask. Oops, a mask to this image, and I'm going to paint black everything that I don't want. So I'll get my paintbrush here. I got a little tiny paintbrush, 99 pixels. I'm going to zoom that up to about 300. And with this, it doesn't have to be exact. Let's go 500. Okay, so we're just making some invisibility. So we're putting this on a black sock. It doesn't really matter how precise you are because I'll show you that in just a second. So we're just going to get most of the edges off here. And it's going to do it in a way, because it has a feathered edge on the brush, it's just going to do it very softly. Alright. Yeah, so we're just going to take some of this stuff out here. And we're going to put this on a black background. Take these silly horns off his head. And again, that would depend on what the customer requests. I mean, we're only making like $5 or $6 off of this product, so we're not going to spend hours getting this cut out perfectly. You are going to have a template file for socks, and there's going to be a procedure that you have to follow to get the seamless pattern ready to go. And we'll take this out just by painting the mask with a black. Okay, so now we've gotten a little bit isolated there. We'll just take our rectangular marquee tool and we're going to cut this out. And we're just going to Control C, and we're going to go back into our kitty socks template. Nope, not that one. This one. Okay, so we're going to just go Control V. We're going to get rid of that cat now in just a second. So this was a really big image, so it's we're going to have to scale that down. We got this. Selected layer 3 and pasted it as layer 3 on top of the background because the background was chosen. Hit Control T, our selection tool, and now we have to zoom this down until we get it roughly to about the shape of this cat's face here. Okay, just keep doing that. Now if you wanted to, you could just type a percentage. Right now it's It's at 55%. So we want to try about 30%. Okay. And what did we copy? We copied the mask. Let's delete that. That's not what we wanted. I don't edit my videos. If I make a mistake, I totally own it, and I don't mind showing you what I did wrong. See right here, in this image, I had the mask selected. I should not have had the mask selected. I should have had the image selected. So now I want to hit Shift Control C, and that'll copy the little bugger again. So we go back to here. We go Control V, Control T, and let's try 30%. That's a little bit big still. So we can just scroll this down now. We're going to turn off this cat now in a second. This is going to be interesting. We'll make him a little bit smaller. Okay. So let's see where he is there. There he is. Okay. So he's dead center. Let's get rid of the cat. Let's get rid of the cat on the corners. We're going to make this a black background. Make sure this layer selected. Make it black. Okay. So you see there's still a little bit of stuff around him, but that doesn't really matter. If you want, you can get your eraser tool here. And just get rid, oops, we're still on the black background. Let's make sure we're on the doggy. Okay. And there's a couple other little things around him here. But that don't really matter because it's going to be a busy pattern and nobody's really going to notice that. Okay. So now, what we did before is we duplicated this layer, the one in the center. So duplicate layer. Okay. We turn the one underneath off, the visibility. Make sure the top one's selected. We go Filter, Other, Offset, 384, 384. So it splits the image, puts it on the corners. Say OK. Now we can turn this back on. And this is our seamless pattern. So we go Edit, Define Pattern. OK. Now we go back to our kitty socks. Now we already got the layer style selected. We just need to go in and change the image that we're going to use for our pattern overlay. So let's choose this one. Oh, is that ever cute, hey? So we can make this pattern a little bit bigger so that the dogs show up bigger on the sock. Let's do that. We'll go 100%, 101. Say OK. Okay, now we'll file, save as. Again, save it to the desktop. We'll save it again as kitty socks. Do you want to replace it? Yes, we do. Okay. So it's going to ask you to, when you get the order and the customer's picture and you get this all done, you go into Printify, you click on the order, go into orders, let's see. I don't have any orders yet for this particular store, so I just opened it. My products. So we go in, it's going to ask you to go in and edit the product, and that way you put your own design up there. So now we're going to take this design off. Add design, my device, kitty socks. It's not kitty socks, it's doggy socks actually. Okay, so there you go, it's uploaded. Next, right front leg, add design, and it should be in our library, so we don't have to upload it again. Okay, back left leg, add design, library, kitty socks, and back right leg, add design, oops, not my device, sorry, library, kitty socks. Okay, hopefully that won't be too big. Hopefully that'll show up good. So now we're going to go into preview and see what the socks are going to look like. And there they are. Socks with little dog's picture printed on. You can see there is a seam here because the back and the front are separate. I wonder if I shouldn't have made that a little bit smaller. Or maybe a little bit bigger. Okay. I think it looks great. Now, When they're applied to that foot mock-up, the pattern is stretched out a little bit. But I don't think that matters. What matters is what they're going to see when they open the package with the socks on. And right now it's absolutely perfect. So just go back. Okay, that is how you set up sublimation socks. If you like this video and you'd like to consider subscribing to my channel, I really would appreciate it. If you want to hit the bell icon, you can be notified when we upload new videos. I'm always looking for new things to cover. I've done pretty much all kinds of stuff over the last few years with my sublimation business and my print-on-demand business. I've included a link in the description below where you can purchase the sublimation socks if you're a sublimator and you want to print them and do them yourself. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. If you'd like to see me cover something that I haven't done, you can leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get it done for you. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.